Hey everybody, wanted to make this video really quick because when I hear something I'm compelled to make a video and talk about what I'm hearing. So this is what I heard. A friend of mine sent me a little video, it's only a few minutes long, through my messenger, and I looked at it and I thought, well, this needs to be shared because this is how we do. Everybody can find different things. I wasn't looking today for anything because I've been working on this knot that's on my calf that hurts so bad. So I've been working on that, and every time I find it, it's like a little bitty knot, but boy, when you work that sucker out, it hurts like a big one. I was in too much pain, so I went and took a nap. So when I got up, first thing I did is I checked my messenger, and there was a video there. So I looked at it, and I sent it to a few people. And it talks about getting tested for the COVID. Now, we all thought it was kind of funny that you got to have some kind of Q-tip that's like a 20 feet long, stick it up there and jab your brain. And I've been trying to figure out why do they need that? There's when you have tonsillitis and other things, they do a swab inside of your mouth or, scrape your throat or something like that. I'm thinking, why do they have to do it that way? Well, she explains why. She goes in and talks about what is behind your sinus passage. All doctors know it. So you can take what she says and do your research and see if you want to believe her or not. I believe her. I haven't had a test, but we know they jab and they stick it up there and they twist it. And she talks about how they do that and the reason why. Now, from what I had gathered from listening to different people was that they were putting the COVID on the Q-tips so that you would get a false positive because they wanted to look like everybody had COVID and everybody was sick and everybody was going to die. And remember, that was to get more the numbers up. Some people say that after they took the test, that's when they felt like they got COVID. Just different things. So there's some things in here I'm going to talk about, and I want you to turn around and I want you to look them up. So do look up, if you haven't had a COVID test, look up how they do it, okay? I want you to look up what she calls behind your sinus passages. They're the holes that can get up in there, and I want you to look that up so you'll understand what she's saying. I also want you to look up smart dust. All right, I'm going to say it again. Smart dust. I want you to look that up. I've looked that up a long time ago. I think even posted it. I've got so much stuff posted. You'd have to just go back probably hours and hours and hours to see different things that I've posted. But that's something else I want you to look up, smart dust. Okay? Now, these things should make a little bit of sense to you when you listen to her video. If you have not listened to this video, private message me on Messenger, and I will send you the link so you can look at it. Okay? But, let me get this cat before she knocks it down. Hold on. Get. All right, had to slap her on the booty. So if you have had a test, this is the point that after I posted it, it's like, boom, I had the voice in my head. Do not panic, all right? Do not panic, all right? Because remember what's coming out in the Sara Gusart, our medical beds. Remember, we will no longer be treated for things. We're going to be cured. Now, I'm going to go in and talk a little bit about different diseases. A lot of these diseases didn't come forth until certain times, and you've got all these weird diseases that attack people, different things that happen to our bodies, and they'll give you some kind of long explanation. Oh, it's in your DNA, it runs in your family, blah, blah, blah. I think that's where the smart dust comes in. I think it attacks our DNA. I think it triggers things. I think that they put viruses in the air purposely. I think different things that they've done to us over the years causes our bodies to get cancer. They've been breaking our immunity down forever. Okay? Now, if we go back in history, let's just go way back to where we'll talk. I'll just use the word witch, okay? Because it'll be much easier for people to kind of go where I'm going. Now, these women did not fly on broomsticks. They were not evil. They didn't curse people. They knew about herbs, okay? And people would go to these women. They would bring their children themselves. And because they lived a weird way, people thought them to be, ooh, they're not, all right? They weren't. They knew how to take what God created and to make medicines out of it to heal people, all right? Now, like I said, when I use the word witch, I'm not talking about the evil witch. I'm using that word because that's what they were called back then, witches, but they really weren't. Some people, they'll say like, oh, my grandma used to do this, or my grandma, because these were things that were passed along because they did teach people. They would tell them, now you go gather this flower, you boil its leaves, you drain it, you drink it. And so people would know because they would tell them which flower, which plant, which leaf off a tree to get. So these things got passed down. There's a lot of things that have been passed down. I've got a book. I'll have to find it. I'll do it on another video that I would like people to read. It talks about things that have been passed down, and it'll make sense to you why maybe your grandmother or your great-grandmother told you to do these things. And I don't want people to be afraid of it. It's just, we have to go back to the basics. And it's very hard for me to stress the importance of going back to the basics. Now, when we go into this light, it's a very warm, loving, it felt like I was being hugged. It's a good thing. You're not going to have all these evil entities around us. They're everywhere. This is why it's important to smudge your home. This is why it's important to clean with vinegar. A lot of people don't do all these things because they just think, oh, well, I'll just go get some Lysol and clean, or I'll get my Mr. Clean. Yeah, it smells great, but is it clean? And when I talk about cleaning, you want to get rid of the negativity, okay? No, they just clean the dirt and the bacteria. I'm talking about the negativity, all right? And the only way you're going to get rid of that is with vinegar, okay? Yes, I do mop with something else, but I clean my counters, my tabletops, and stuff with a thing that I make. I'm going to show you a bottle. It's clear, okay? It's clear, and it cleans, and it makes the energy in your home different. Now, either I can tell you how to make it, you can make it yourself, or anyone who lives near me would like me to make you a bottle. You just give me a few dollars, okay? I will buy you a bottle. I usually get these. This bottle usually lasts pretty good, this type of bottle, but I will buy the bottle. I will put everything in there, and I will make it for you, okay? Let's just say $5, because the bottle is going to be the most important. I mean, not the most important, the most expensive thing, okay? And that'll cover things that I would have to put in it. And I'll make it, so we'll say $5, okay? Anybody wants me to make one, I will make it. Or you can ask me, and I can tell you how to make it. But a lot of people don't like making their own things. They just want someone else to do it. I will do it for you, okay? I clean with this. I use it on my tables, my countertops, my refrigerator. I clean my stove top. I clean my coffee tables. I've even wiped it on the walls. Sometimes my cats sneeze, and I don't see it until like a day or two later. This doesn't really get snot off a wall very well, so I do use something else, okay? But more or less, I do use this for just about everything. I don't use it to mop. It leaves a streaky looking film on my floor. So I use a different product that has pine oil in it. And that's what I use to mop the floor. But more or less, I use this, okay? Now, let's say I really want to do a deep cleaning. I'll just kind of spray this on there, wipe it off, and then I'll use something else. But to get rid of negative energy in your home, to make your home clean, I use this. All right. So, also that will help with your bacteria and things like that. Because it's not just wanting to get rid of dirt and bacteria. You want to get rid of negative energy. It's everywhere. You walk outside, you're bombarded with it, okay? Unless you stay in your home, you're all sheltered in, you're not going to get around negative energy. You let it in when you get on your computer, believe it or not. When you type in on your computer and you go on Facebook or Twitter, MeWe, Parler, anything, you're allowing a lot of negative energy to come through, okay? Makes you mad, makes you anxious, makes you, that's why sometimes you just have to walk away from things because you're letting that negative energy in. And it's bad, okay? But when we go into the Great Awakening, when we go into this light, you're not going to have that because There's no reason to be mad. There's no reason to be upset. We're going to be happy. We're going to rejoice. We're going to live the lives that we should have lived all along. And we're going to be going back to basics because you're not going to need all this stuff. All right? And I'll get into that a little bit deeper. All right. Now, I'm going to show you some of the things that I take. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, I guess a lot of stuff. But I don't take some of the stuff every day. Sometimes I take it in the morning, and then the others I take at night. Okay, depending on what's going on with me, I'll take. Now, first of all, this is Echinacea Golden Seal. Now, I'm not promoting any brands, okay? and actually I have it in another bottle. This one was just on the countertop. It's not even open. Still got the little thingy on it, okay? But I wanted you to read the Echinacea, so if you don't know how to spell it, you can spell it. I take these daily, all right? Now, let's say you don't take this daily, which is fine. You don't have to. But you get around somebody and they're sneezing and coughing. Go grab you some Echinacea and some Golden Seal. All right? These are herbs that have been around for a very long time. Take them. Because this is going to build up your immune system. All right? Now, golly, let me see how old I was. I lived in Waveland, so Brett either wasn't born yet or he was just born. So we're going to say this was over 30 years ago. I couldn't sleep, and I was watching this little thing on TV. You know, I remember late at night, you have these different little shows on there, and you don't really listen to them during the daytime because they're only like really late at night, and sometimes there was some really good information. And I was listening to this doctor talk about minerals, and he said, yes, vitamin C is very good for you, which I do take vitamin C every day. Take your vitamin C, okay? Now, this is the thing he said about vitamin C. It helps prevent if you're taking it regularly. But once you get sick, doesn't matter how much vitamin C you're going to take, it doesn't work as well. So he said you have to go to a mineral. And this was the mineral. Once again, I'm not promoting any brands. People, I grab whatever I feel like grabbing or whatever I'm told to grab, okay? So don't pick on brands. We're not doing brands here. We are talking about what is on the label, okay? All right. He said zinc. All right. Now, you're going to say zinc. Ugh. All right. So I listened to him. All right. I listened to him, and I was like, okay. My brain is like a sponge. And I hear things, and I read things, and I watch things on TV, and it gets stored somewhere in this brain. It gets stored. And then all of a sudden when something happens, I'm like, boop, I know the answer to that question because something years ago triggers in me. Well, we're going to fast forward back where there was this really bad cold going around. I believe Brett, I lived in D'Iberville then. It was going around all the elementary schools, and some of the schools were having to close. It was like a really bad virus, guys. Some of y'all might not even know it. If you're all younger than me, you may not remember this. But a lot of the kids were getting this. And I started making Brett take vitamin C every day. And he came down with it. And I mean, it came with a high fever. It came with, you couldn't keep anything down. So I remembered what this doctor had said years before. And I went to the store and I bought cough drops that had zinc in it. And because Brett was coughing a lot. And I would give him a vitamin C and I would have him suck on these cough drops. And then we'd chicken noodle soup it with the broth and lots of rest. And I bought like Gatorade before I realized Gatorade had baby parts in it, and some water. And this is what he did. Within 2 days, my son was ready to go back to school. Other children were out for 2 weeks. I swear by zinc. All right? Now, this is the thing about zinc. I don't take zinc every day unless it's mixed up in another brand, which I can show you another brand that I take daily now, and it has zinc in it. Once again, I won't be promoting this product. Let me pause it just a second, and I'll just get up and move. Hold on. I'm so glad I'm walking much better. I was limping really bad. Okay, this is a brand that I found. Can't see. Remember, I cannot see. I'm blind. Okay, it has vitamin C, zinc, D, garlic herb, elderberry, and echinacea in it. Okay, and I listened to the little commercial. I listened to what was in it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try this stuff. I like it. I'm not promoting this, all right? But if you want to get something that has a lot of these different things in it, this one is really good. It has zinc in it. So this is why I don't take zinc every day. But I have zinc. I keep zinc on hand constantly because if I feel like I'm getting a cold, I pop a zinc. Now, the thing with zinc is you cannot take it on an empty stomach. You don't wake up in the morning, get you a cup of coffee, pop a zinc, and go on about your day because you will get sick. You know why? I did. I didn't realize it, okay? I'm so used to taking my C on an empty stomach or whatever else I'm taking and go to work and then get something while I'm there or get something on the way to work. And I did that with the zinc, and that was the worst feeling ever. So you take a zinc, you take something before the zinc. I don't care if you eat just a piece of bread and butter, eat you a couple of crackers, eat you a hamburger. I don't care. Just don't take it on an empty stomach. It hurts. It really hurts. I think it hurts worse than the cold. Okay, it took like a couple of hours for the stomach growling and the dry heaves to stop. It was a nightmare. Do not do it. So anytime I tell someone to take zinc, I stress, please make sure you have something in your stomach before you take this zinc. Because if you don't, you're going to wish you had. Trust me, it is awful. It's the most awful feeling to take zinc on an empty stomach. So now that we got through that. Okay, now, those things will help with your immune system. I am not a mushroom eater, all right? I don't know what it is about mushrooms. People like getting mushrooms on their pizza, and I'm like, ugh, I've always picked the mushrooms off. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms in my spaghetti. I don't like mushrooms in anything. And to this day, I really don't sit down and eat mushrooms. But guess what? There is a lot of good stuff that come out of mushrooms. So I was doing some research. I'm all the time researching different things. Like I'll have something bother me, and I'll go and do my little thing and find out what herbs work with it, and then I'll try it. And if it works, I'm like, okay, this is what I'll do. And then I'll buy it, either keep it or I'll keep an empty bottle so I'll remember what I needed it for. And I have a lot of empty bottles that I keep too, because like I said, this stuff's important. Now, this one here, I like this mushroom. It is in a powder form because, like I said, I just don't eat mushrooms. I'm going to show you how big it is. Little bitty thing. Look at that. Okay? All right. And you can take it on an empty stomach. And I take this daily. All right? This helps with your immune system. All right? So if you just want to take some things just for your immune system, all right, I'm going to show you again. Zinc, Echinacea golden seal, vitamin C, mushroom, reishi mushroom, all right? Right there. If you just want to take something every day to make sure your immune system is up. These 4 things every day. Just don't take the zinc on an empty stomach, all right? You feel like someone's sick because you don't take it every day and you think, oh my gosh, I need to build my immune system up. Just keep you some echinacea around. Take it when someone is sick. You don't have to take zinc every day unless you're already sick or getting sick or, like I said, you're around somebody. But I would definitely say if you wanted to pick just 2 to take every day, take your vitamin C and take your mushrooms. Every day. You got it? Every day. This will help with your immune system. All right. If you don't want to do all that, then you can go buy you a brand that has all of them in them, okay? And if someone wants to ask me what brand I take, I will send you in a private message because this is not promoting any brands. I'm not promoting any brands. I'm showing you what I take. These may not be the products you want to take, and that's fine. You can buy whatever company you want to buy it from, all right? But these are the things I take. Now, believe it or not, with elderberry, you're going to laugh, and I do not care because you know what? I'm a funny person, and I laugh all the time at myself. I was watching The Walking Dead. Yes, I know it's about zombies, but it was more than a zombie TV show for me. It was about how people united and was able to survive through this epidemic of dead people chasing them. And there was an episode where everybody had gotten a flu. And this is when, before the doctor had died, the veterinarian, I should say, he was a vet actually, and he talked about elderberry. And so they were talking about making this elderberry drink, and people were drinking. It was helping them with the flu. And I said, you know what? I want to look it up. So I got on my little phone, got on my Google search, looked up elderberry, and Lord and behold, yes, elderberry will help with flu symptoms, especially fevers. So you may want to get you some elderberry to keep in your house. I do. I have a thing of it just in the cabinet over there. I keep elderberry in the house. This product, this blue one here, has elderberry in it. So I take it every day. Now, they recommend you take it twice a day. I only take it once a day because I take other things. So I don't have to overtake anything, okay? Now, some of you are probably saying, well, you probably do overtake things. Well, I don't get sick rarely. I get sick, and if I do, I'm only down for a day. The only thing I have continuously is sinus problems, and that just comes from living in the South because the weather is goofy around here. I don't know if anybody has ever been here in the South, and I'm talking just about Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. We all have sinus problems around here. It's just something about living here. So, yeah, I'm at work one day, my second job, and I start gagging at the window. And it was because my sinus drained, and when it drains, it's not like a constant drain right now. It comes like a big gob, and it gets stuck right up in here in my throat, which it doesn't really like tickle, but you know you've got these little things in there to help push the food down. Well, it gets stuck on that, and that stuff starts trying to get it down, and because it's gooey, like, it's probably not gooey, but you know what I'm saying. Everybody has sinuses. You know what I'm talking about. It's hard to get down, so it gets stuck, and it's like salty, so it tastes nasty, and you're like, trying to get it out of you. And people are like, oh, COVID, oh my God, we're gonna die. She's over here coughing. I'm turning red. My eyes are watering because I can't get it down. I have to go get something to drink and wash it down. And then I got to blow my nose to clear the rest of the clear liquid out of my sinuses. And then I got to dab my eyes. And people are freaking out. Y'all, I have sinus problems. I don't have COVID, okay? This stuff, I can take it every day, but it's not going to get rid of the drainage. And the reason I know is because the sinus mucus is clear, all right? When it's clear, it's just the mucus, all right? It's not infected. It's not green. It's not yellow. It's not purple. It's no color to it. It's just the sinus draining, all right? When you're sick, you'll notice that your sinus, when you sneeze or whatever, or cough up, you'll notice it's either green or got a yellow tint. Mine is completely clear. Clear. There's nothing there. There's no cold in it. There's no virus in it. There's no flu in it. It's just the mucus, okay? It just drains, and it's normal. We all have mucus. All of us have mucus in our lungs. We have mucus in our nose. We have mucus, all right? It's normal. It just drains, and it comes out a lot. Sometimes, especially when I get hot, it's like melting it or making it more watery or something, and it just comes down. So no, I do not have COVID. I am not sick. I have sinus problems, which led me to constantly either having to take Flonase or some kind of sinus pill, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to take this stuff. You can take these things and you build up immunity to them, and they don't work. So I found this. All right, this works wonderful. Now you're gonna say, well, why did you have a sinus problem while you're in the drive? Because I can't walk away all the time and go pop a pill or something. Like, you can't walk away and go get on your phone, because sometimes people text me or they call me, and I'm like, I'm at work. Why are they calling me? They know I'm at work. They know I cannot pick up my phone and talk to them. Right, so, yeah, I do bring it with me to work. Sometimes I put one in my pocket, but I cannot drink a drink when I'm working a drive-through window, okay? You know how people will like, ugh, she's drinking a drink and trying to hand me my phone. I can't do that, all right? So, yeah, after a bit, it's going to wear off just like a sinus pill or your Flonase, and you got to go take another squirt of your Flonase, or your sinus pill. All right, you have to do the same thing with this. But this is not medicine. This is an herb, okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to look at the brand. I just want you to look at the name of it, okay? This will help with your sinuses. And I found this because I kept seeing all these commercials about this tea. And I was like, well, I don't want to get up in the morning and have to brew a cup of tea and do this and do that. There has to be a pill form. I am somebody who needs something simple, something easy. I will take it, but I don't have time to put all the ingredients together, boil a pot of water, put something over it, stick my head over it, and inhale it, drink it. I have to go to work, all right? And I'm sure there's a lot of you who are like me, all right? I don't have time to plant these products in my backyard. And even if I did, I've got wild ducks and a dog back there. They're not going to last long, okay? I have my duck, my white Peking duck, who is Quack Quack, Beautiful, beautiful duck. Love her to death. She's so spunky. But she has now got a flock of wild ducks who like to hang out with her. So now, instead of having just one duck 24/7 at the house, now I have like 6 ducks, okay? Now, I still have the other wild ducks that come and go all the time. That's just normal. That's going to be for the rest of my life. For some odd reason, ducks like me. I think it's funny. It is funny. I'm going to laugh because it is funny. Open up the door and like all these ducks like, okay, hold on a second. But I have these ducks that live at the house now because they stay with Quack Quack. So I can't grow a lot of things. I can't put chemicals in my backyard to kill bugs or make my grass greener because I don't want to make the ducks sick. I can't do it in the front yard either because that's where the rest of the wild ducks are. So I've got ducks everywhere. I got ducks, I got cats, I got dogs. At one time I was going to go get a goat because I saw this on the animal shelter and I thought, oh my God, that poor goat. I'm like, I have to go save it. I don't have a goat, but God knows what I'll have here later. I do animal rescues. I do. I like to do the wild animal rescues because I can't keep them. I have to give them up. But if I do see something, I do save it and get it to the right people. And I would like to do that more often. And I will as I get older. This will be something that I will spend more and more time doing, wild animal rescues. Will I ever rehab any wild animals here at my home? I don't know. Because I've got the ducks, I got dogs, and I got cats. So it's kind of hard. But that's just the reason why, 1, I can't grow any of these herbs, and 2, I wouldn't have time to take the raw product and make my own stuff, although that would be very interesting and probably very therapeutic, I'm saying that wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say, relaxing. I would like that. That would be cool, but I don't have time, guys. I work. I get up early in the morning, around 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm not getting home until 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then I'm trying to go to bed by at least 10 o'clock, only getting 4 hours of sleep. I don't have time, all right? So when I get up for my little 4-hour nap to go back and start my next 14, 15-hour day, I don't have time to boil a tea. So this is why I started looking, and I found it in a pill form. Now, hold on. Get back. They so want to know what I'm doing all the time. I apologize. I've always been this way. I can't talk to my dad because my dad is dead, but probably my brothers and sisters will tell you throughout my life, I've always been around animals. Animals just come out of nowhere. I'll share another video. We'll share some funny stories about Jackie and animals, but right now we're just going to stick with this because this is important. All right, so now she's going to come around the other side. Oh, she dropped my heater. Oh! Okay, I think it's fine. So anyways, you have a lot of sinus drainage, a lot of sinus problems, and you're constantly having to take Flonase or sinus pills, and you do want to get off of that stuff. This would be a great thing to start, okay? You don't know where to buy these things? No problem. Private message me. I will tell you where I buy a lot of my herbs from, okay? And like I said, I do it in pill form because I do not have the time to make a natural tea. I don't have time to plant these things and harvest them and produce them myself, so I have to do it this way, and it works fine, all right? It works for me. Now, whether or not it works for you, I don't know. You'd have to try, but this is my reason why I'm not growing all these things myself, all right? I have to do pill forms. All right, so I take that for my sinuses. Now, I work a lot, all right? I've stressed that, so I don't get a lot of vitamin D. Now, some of you who are outside a lot, maybe you run, you exercise, you do your yard work, maybe your job, you are outside, you're getting a lot of the vitamins from the sun, the vitamin D. I do not, okay? And vitamin D is very important, all right? So I take vitamin D. If I'm outside a lot, I don't worry about having to take my vitamin D. And yes, I'm just telling you where I just grab what I grab. Sometimes I go on my site and I buy stuff from them, but I have to keep vitamin D because I'm not outside a lot. Vitamin D is very important, so this is something else you may need to consider if you're not getting a lot of sunlight. All right, now, you know your body gets inflamed a lot, all right? Well, especially with my foot. My foot is very inflamed, and I had a heel spur. When I fell off the ladder, the heel spur disappeared. It's gone. I can't find it. I have searched that foot. I've touched and pushed on every aspect of that foot, and I cannot find that big chunk of heel spur. It's gone. So I had to look it up, and it said it's a calcium. So maybe it dissolved. I don't know. But I do know that the muscle underneath my foot is very sore, which works up on my calf, my thigh, and then my butt cheek. How? I don't know. It's just the way it is, because remember that little song, this bone's connected to that bone's connected to. Okay, so it's kind of like the same thing. All your muscles, you do something with one, and the next thing you know, you're hurting here. Okay, yeah, I get it. I don't really know the body anatomy that well, and I'm not going to try to say I do, but I do know that sometimes I'll hurt all the way up to my butt cheek. So I know I'm inflamed. And also, this helps with cancer cells. All right? Now, you can cook with this stuff too. You can buy it at your grocery store, and you can cook with it as well. I just take it twice a day because it helps with the being inflamed in my foot. And I also take it because of cancer. It does work with cancer. Now, they also suggest when you take it, to take it with black pepper. All right? Believe it or not. This other stuff over here I've got, it does have some black pepper in it. Okay? So it says to take it with black pepper because the black pepper helps. So if you are inflamed, or you're afraid of cancer, or you can take these things, all right? I take that because of my foot. Now, this one is a female problem. We women, we go through what's called menopause as we get older. Now, with me, I developed at a very young age. A very young age. I mean, I was growing this way. I grew this, as tall as I am now is how tall I was with it by the 4th grade. And then I stopped growing. I stopped growing. Okay? My chest didn't stop growing. My chest didn't stop growing until I got, well, no, I want to say, because when I worked at the Hard Rock, I went up another bra size, but I didn't gain weight. I just went up a bra size. So I have no idea when your boobs stop growing. I really don't. Hopefully they have stopped now. But anyway, I'll go through phases where I will have my red light come on, and then it may not come on for months. But when it does come on, sometimes it doesn't want to turn off. And I hate going to the doctor's office just for simple little things like that. And I'm like, there has got to be an explanation for what is going on in my body. So I did my research, and it is your hormones. Now, I don't want to get on any hormones. I don't want all that stuff. I don't want the extra weight gain. I don't want the stuff that comes with taking a lot of stuff. So, once again, I looked to see, and ashwagandha came up as something that would benefit what I was going through at the moment. So, ashwagandha, people. Now, this is a bottle. It doesn't have the brand that came with this. Okay, it's another brand in here. I just kept the bottle because this bottle was bigger. All right? Take this twice a day. All right? Now, not only does it help me with my female problem, which I have not had in a long time, so maybe I am done with that aspect. Hopefully. I don't know. But anyways, I also found out that it works great for stress and other things. So this is another thing you could take on a daily basis that will help you. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. However you say it. Okay? That's what I take. So I take that every day. Does wonders. All right? Now, something else you may not know. I had gotten like food poisoning when I was at the Hard Rock. And let me tell you, if you've had food poisoning before, it is awful. All right? I wanted to get something to help me get it out. And I went onto a Wiccan webpage because it had to do with herbs. All right? Remember, I use these things a lot, but that doesn't mean what you think it would mean. So when I went on there, I found something for food poisoning. And I'm going to give you the ingredients. Ginger, black pepper, cayenne pepper, dill powder. What was the other one? I can't remember the other one. Oh my goodness. Well, ginger was one. Well, no, not ginger. I knew ginger from something else. So I would put all these ingredients in a bowl of broth. And it was the most nastiest thing I ever tasted in my life. But guess what? A couple of days, I got the food poisoning out of me. And I didn't have to go to a doctor. I didn't have to lose a whole lot of weight. It was done. So what I keep on me constantly is ginger. Now, you have an upset stomach. You feel like you're going to get sick. Ginger, all right? If your digestion is not working well, you're kind of gurgling, your food's not digesting, and you're like, oh, this didn't agree with me. Ginger. You're riding in a car and you get motion sickness, or you're on an airplane and you're getting motion sickness. You're like, ugh. Ginger. All right? Ginger. Ginger is your friend. There's so many uses for ginger. Keep ginger in your home, okay? A lot of times people get sick for whatever, morning sickness, your kids get sick, their tummy hurts. Ginger, all right? Yes, I used to do ginger ale, and that does help still. You know, the doctor said, oh, go get some clear liquid. You know, we used to do the 7-Up, all right? I started doing ginger ale. And yes, it helped a lot with Brett when he'd get sick. But ginger, all right? You don't have to get the brand that I have here, guys, okay? You know you can get ginger at the grocery store, and it's thing you can cook with it. Great stuff. So ginger is your friend, okay? Literally, ginger's your friend, okay? I'm not talking about ginger on Gilligan's Island. I'm talking about ginger. Ginger is your friend, okay? You want to keep this. Now, should you take it every day? That's up to you, because it's great for indigestion. It's great for helping your food digest, okay? That's a good thing. Your tummy starts hurting. You start feeling kind of sick at work. I keep ginger in my purse in a little container. Somebody says, oh, God, my tummy's upset. I was like, is it spinning? They're like, yeah. So here, take some ginger. And within a few minutes, they're like, wow, Jackie, that is awesome. Ginger is your best friend. Keep it on you. Keep it in your purse, whatever you got to do. Keep ginger on you. Ginger is your friend. Okay? Something else I like to take. This is spirulina. Okay? Good stuff. So I take this every day. I take it once a day. Okay? You don't have to take it, but I'm telling you the things that I take that keep me on top shape. Now, something else I learned about. Okay, sometimes we get to where we can't lose weight, and we're like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and you're like, I just don't know what's going on. Well, they've got what they've called now where you get these little tears in your intestine. Now, you have to remember with your intestine, I'm not a doctor, guys. This is research that I've done, different people I listen to. I look this stuff up. I read it. I go on herb sites. I read what this herb does. Then I'll go and I'll look up this thing. I do a lot of research sometimes because that's just the way I am. My brain is a sponge. I absorb things. And I'm all the time having to seek knowledge because that's what I do. I question things. I ask questions. I look for answers. If I don't like the answer I got from this thing, I go and I look for an answer somewhere else until it makes sense to me. All right? That's who I am. That's what I do. But I kept thinking, you know, I'm not hardly eating anything. Why can't I drop this weight? My whole life, I was a size 3, 4, 5. And then even after I had Brett, I went back to a size 5. And then I got married, and he was a very abusive, mean, hateful person. Not at first, but he got there, and I jumped up in weight. And a lot of it was because I learned he wanted me to be heavier because he wanted me to be unattractive. So he would have total control of me, telling me nobody likes me, but he does, and he'll always be here for me. And it's really it's psychological. So unless you've ever been in an abusive relationship, you don't know what I'm talking about. And this is what they do. They make you feel very bad about yourself, and then they try to tell you they're the only ones that love you. Your family doesn't, they do. Blah, 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 whatever. And it is a vicious cycle. Okay, it's vicious. I got out of it. I wasn't in it very long, but I was in there long enough to learn it. And I am sorry I ever questioned why women stay in abusive relationships. Because when you ask God something like that, you just blurt it out, He will give you the answer. And you may not like the answer that you give. That was my answer. I ended up marrying someone who was very abusive. I don't answer anymore. Now I explain. Does that help you some? So when someone says, why is this woman still with this man? He beats her up all the time. And I'm like, oh, hold on a second. Let me explain something to you. I did not stay with John a very long time. It was probably, I was with him a couple of years before we got married, and then I was married to him for like a little over a year. So I wasn't with him very long. All right? I got out of it. And it was the most crazy roller coaster you can ever experience, okay? They go through so many stages, and it keeps you wacky. It really does. It keeps you crazy. And it's hard to get out of it. They alienate you from your friends and family. They give you such a low self-esteem that you can't even think. All right, they want to control every aspect of your life: what you eat, what you wear, how you do your hair, the color of your hair, everything. I would come home from work and he would have dinner cooked for me. All right, I'm just going to share this with you. And he would have a plate and he'd have it piled up, and I'm like, John, I'm not that hungry. Oh, you need to eat it. You don't eat enough. John, I'm small. I don't need to eat that much stuff. He would force me now, because I couldn't get up from the table until I cleared that plate. Then he would fill it back up again. You need to eat more. All right? I gained so much weight. It was ridiculous. And I hated it. I cried all the time. If I was to exercise and start doing something, he'd say, oh, stop doing that. You need to rest. Come sit down and watch TV with me. Here, eat this. It wasn't that I was hungry. I didn't want to eat it. It made me sick. But that's what he did to me. And even though I've been away from him many, many years, I cannot drop a lot of this weight. Not that I'm fat. I'm not fat. I'm not fat by any means. I'm just kind of, like where I had my cesarean section. I had 3 cesareans, and now I cannot get that flat like it used to be. I will. I'm working on it. My thighs, I used to run a lot of track. I played softball. I did a lot of things active. So my thighs are a little bit flabby. And of course I have a big butt, which hopefully I'll lose some of that soon too. But I'm not fat. I'm just a little bit thicker than I like. And I'm very short. So I'm only 4'11". So I don't like the way I look sometimes. And I'm like, I've got to heal my body. There's something wrong with my body. Because I used to say, man, I need to drop 20 pounds. And boom, 20 pounds would just fall off. Now, yes, I'm in my 50s. It's not supposed to do that anymore. I understand that. But I had to do research. What may be some of the causes that is making this really a slow process for me? All right? Now, we know how we got here. Unfortunately, anybody wants to know more about this story, like I said, I eventually one day want to get with someone and I want to write a book about it. And I will, because one, I'd like to make sure that I am able to help other women. I would like to honor the woman that was murdered by my ex-husband, because I don't want people to think that she died in that ridiculous way, because I already saw what happened in my head. God showed me what happened. And I cry all the time for her. And guess what? She was extremely overweight. All right? She was extremely overweight. She wasn't a small girl at all. And I just know the torture he put her through. And I would like people to know what really happened from my experience, what he did to me. So when people hear about her name, they're like, okay, we can understand through Jackie's life with him what could have possibly been going on with her. And that's just not the way it happened, the way John says that she died. It's not, no. He just didn't have a shotgun in his hand and it went off, okay? Let's just put that there. They weren't fighting over a slice of pizza. He didn't kill her over a slice of pizza. Let me just tell you that right now. That's not what happened, okay? That's what he says happened. That's what the media says happened. I heard it on the radio, and I didn't even know who they were talking about when I heard about this murder of a man killing his girlfriend over a slice of pizza. That's not what happened. So I would like to do this for her. So one day I will write a book. And if anybody out there does writing or publishings or something like that, get with me. I would really like to tell the story about how it was with me and him, to honor her death, and so people will quit laughing at her, all right? Because it's not funny, right? Nobody should die. Nobody should die that way. And he is a complete and utter asshole. And I would like people to really know the real John, okay? I want them to know the real John, because I knew him very well. I knew him well enough. There was so many things about him that was just god-awful. So anyway, I'm going to get off that and tell you why I found marshmallow root. Marshmallow root works with your intestines. We get these little bitty holes in our intestines. And when you get these little bitty holes, toxins go out through your body. and it can help. It causes you to gain weight or to make it harder for you to lose weight. Sometimes you're not able to go to the bathroom properly. I have friends that tell me that they only go maybe once a week or once every 3 days. That's not normal, people. I have told you, if you don't go to the bathroom every time you eat, then your body is not working right. Now, that was one of the things when I was younger. I would always go to the bathroom. I always had to go to the bathroom. I wake up, had to go to the bathroom. Middle of class, had to go to the bathroom. Always had to go to the bathroom, but I was thin. And I ate like there was no tomorrow. I could eat 12, 13 tacos. I could eat 2 quarter pounders with cheese, a chocolate shake, and a large fry, and I only weighed 100 pounds. If that, all right? I ate like there was no tomorrow. But my thing was my body was working properly because I was constantly going to the bathroom. I was exercising, I was running track, I was playing softball, I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm older, I can't do it. One, my body just, I can't, if I try to get up now and run from the front door to the mailbox, I'm not going to make it, all right? I'm just not. One, my knees are bad. Two, I have that sore muscle on the bottom of my foot. And three, I don't have the stamina that I used to have to run. Now, I used to run very fast. I used to be very, very fast, and I loved running. And I hate that I've gotten so much older and my body has deteriorated in some forms that I can't do what I used to do. So I said, well, maybe that's what's wrong with me. And it tells you the different foods that will puncture little holes in your intestines, but it's all able to be healed. Wheat is one of them. Wheat, if they blow up a little milligram of what wheat looks like, it's got these little tentacles, I guess I'll say, all over it. And as it's going through your intestines, it's like poking little holes. Something else that puts holes in your intestines is tomatoes. Yes, tomatoes. And there are other foods that do it. So people are misunderstood when they say what to eat that's healthy. The first thing they usually go to is wheat. You know, all wheat products. Ooh, we can't have all this other stuff. Let's eat some wheat and some tomatoes. Put tomatoes on everything. Put tomatoes on your sandwich. Eating tomatoes on your salad. Eating that salad ain't helping you lose no weight. It ain't helping you. Okay? That's why you're always hungry. So anyway, this was one of the things that came up that helps heal the little holes in your intestines. But now that I've been doing this, I'm finding that this works for other elements in your body as well. So, yes, if you take this every day, this marshmallow root, you take it every day, you will start noticing the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, you're going to go to the bathroom. All right? That's because your intestines are healing. Everything's starting to work right. And that's what you want to happen. Okay? So if you are not going to the bathroom every day and you think, well, this is normal. You go to the bathroom too much, that's abnormal. That's what someone used to tell me all the time. You go to the bathroom too much. But I was like right at, like 100 pounds. I was energetic. I was doing stuff. Like, why are you going to the bathroom all the time? You're always going to the bathroom. What's wrong with you? You're going to have colon cancer. No, you're going to get colon cancer if you don't go to the bathroom every day, okay? All right? Your intestines absorb all the stuff through your body. Your stomach breaks it down. Your intestines do the absorbing. So if your intestines are not working properly, you're going to get a lot of diseases. You're going to get sick. A lot of it starts at the intestines, okay? Do your research. You will find the same things. Many doctors, many people will tell you all the same thing, all right? It's the intestines, all right? So you don't want to eat things that are ripping up, tearing up, and puncturing holes in your intestines. And if you do, you don't want to eat them a whole lot because some of these things do taste good. But if you find yourself that you've done this and you're like, wait a second, I'm not going to the bathroom right, and I've gained a lot of weight. All right, maybe you need some marshmallow root. Now, the other thing you can take as well is called licorice root, which I have some too. I do not take licorice root every day because I read the bottle. And it says you should not take licorice root continuously. So we do not take licorice root every day. I may take my marshmallow root every day, but I might take licorice root maybe twice a week. I don't take a whole lot of it. But licorice root is another one that will help with your intestines. And you can look that one up and find out the other benefits of licorice root. So hopefully this has helped you with herbs. the importance of herbs. Now, something else I do, and I tell people all the time, is I do a foot detox. Now, they're like, what do you mean you do a foot detox, Jackie? All right, this is just a brand that I have, okay? It's a foot detox, and what it is these little pads. And you take one of these little things like this, and you put it on the pad, like so, and this black part goes on your foot. Now, you can look up pictures of every spot on your foot that works with every part of your body. I always make sure mine is over my intestines and my kidney and stuff. So I usually do this about the bottom of my foot like this. You wear it at night. Now, I have found that I take medical tape and I put it across and across my foot so it stays on there better, because sometimes my feet throb at night, as I told you. They hurt because of that muscle. So I toss and turn sometimes, and if I don't have it secured on there tight enough, the pad will come off. You need to wear it for at least, I would say, 7 to 8 hours. All right? It's going to leave a sticky goo in the morning on the bottom of your foot, so I just rinse it off in the morning in the bathtub. Now, it's going to turn black, and that's pulling the toxins out from the bottom of your foot. But the reason I do it is because it works with my feet being inflamed. And I notice when my feet really hurt bad and they're inflamed, if I do a foot detox for a week, my foot doesn't hurt as bad. Now, so beside all the benefits of the things that it cleans in you, it also helps with your body that's inflamed. It could help with your lower back, your legs, and your feet. So if you have problems like that, I suggest that as well. Okay? I found some herbs that help with your blood, that cleans your blood out. Nettle, N-E-T-T-L-E, is another herb that can help with your blood. I do have some of that. These are just other things that I take for different reasons, but I showed you the ones that you should take every day if you're worried about your immune system. All right? Now, why I'm explaining this again is because I do not believe in all of these vaccinations. All right? I had a PD form, and it showed all the ingredients that went into one of the flu vaccinations. Aluminum, formaldehyde, egg shell, and God knows what else. All right, those were just, I was reading this out loud and about to die. If I can find the PD file in my phone again, because I have got so much stuff stored, I will post it. I will figure out how to post it, even if I have to write down the ingredients and then read it onto my post on Facebook. Because remember, I don't type, I talk into my phone. I will read it. But yeah, formaldehyde. What is formaldehyde good for? What is putting formaldehyde in my body? How is that protecting me from a flu? Do you understand why you get sick after you take a flu shot now? Formaldehyde? Aluminum? Egg? Come on, people. They put this stuff in you to make you sick, to make your body more accessible to the things that are out there. Remember, fluoride is not your friend. Fluoride is a poison. This is why you need to stop brushing your teeth with fluoride. All right? I brush my teeth with some coral toothpaste. All right? It tastes like mint. I brush my teeth with it. If I feel like I need to get an extra little bit of abrasive on it, I put baking soda on it and brush my teeth. Okay? I don't have any cavities. I don't have cavities. All right? Brush your teeth. You don't have to have fluoride. They're lying to you about fluoride. Stop it. I bought me a zero water pitcher. A zero water pitcher, guys. And it gets rid of everything. And that's where I drink my water. I also put it in a bottle and I keep it in the bathroom. So when I rinse my mouth out from my fluoride, no fluoride toothpaste, that's the water I use to rinse my mouth out. Okay? I drink with it. I cook with it. I wish I could bathe in it, okay? I did buy a filter system to put on my shower head to help, all right? These are things that you can do. Every little bitty thing that you do helps, all right? We're not going to be able to 100% knock out everything because, one, we don't live out in the middle of nowhere and we dug a hole and got our own fresh water and you know, all that. We're growing our own herbs and vegetables, and we're hunting and eating our own meat. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get rid of everything. Okay, the best thing we can do is try our hardest to do what we can do. So I'm telling you, If you do not have to get that test to find out if you've got COVID, I would suggest don't do it. If you've already done it, do know that when we go into this light that is getting ready to happen soon, do not give up hope, okay? Do not give up hope. Things are going to change very, very soon, and they're going to shock people. The medical beds will be released. Now, how expensive they are at first, I don't know, okay? But do know these will be where everybody can go and get into a medical bed. And we're going to need to. This is going to get rid of a lot of diseases. This is going to get rid of a lot of the elements we have. This is probably going to help me with my feet. I have like what you call like a trigger foot. My finger gets stuck like this now. What is going on? I don't know. Friggin' hurts, okay? I have to rub here on my arm in the morning, and then I can start moving my finger, and then this point here, right here, I rub, and it helps me move my finger. It gets stuck like this. All right, somebody told me that's called trigger finger. What's causing that? I don't know. I don't know. It's stupid. Never had that problem before. I don't like it because it makes me think of people like being stuck like this. You know, I don't want to be like one of these people. Okay, oh my God, I will freak out. All right, so right now, all I know is I wake up in the morning, I have a point here on my elbow I have to massage, and then I can feel the muscle that runs all the way up, believe it or not, to here. I can feel it. All right, that's why I have to work down here. And I slowly work down here to my way up until I get to here, and then I rub this point here on my finger, and then it gets to where I can move my finger. Otherwise, I can't move my finger. It's the craziest thing. All right, so hopefully I'll be able to get rid of that stuff. So yes, I will be jumping on the medical bed as soon as I am able to myself, because I've got little bitty things that are ridiculously, they're painful. They may not be death-threatening, but they're painful. It hurts. It hurts really bad to get out of bed and not have to be able to stand on your own weight on your feet and having to take a deep breath, kind of wobble like this, and then get to where you can stand. And then taking that first step. And once I get through that first step, okay, I got it. I can walk. Who wants to live like that? I don't. I don't. Okay, when I fell off the ladder, I had to get my mother's walker because I couldn't move from the bed to anywhere. So I had to put all my weight on a walker, and I used a walker for the first 3 days when I fell off that ladder. This was not fun. It was very painful, and thank God I didn't break anything, but like I said, a bone spur, a heel spur, came off my foot, and I don't care what anybody says. That's crazy. And that's not even the foot that's bruised up. It's my other leg, which now is turning a little black, and it itches, so I know it's healing. I'm scratching it now. I mean, I banged myself up good, guys. There's like a knot right there, too, but I think that's just the muscle that's bruised. I take a lot of collagen, which is good for your muscles and your bone, your skin tissue. I believe that a lot of that, too, helps me with keeping my youth because I've been doing this for a very long time. When my father had throat cancer, I freaked out, all right, because my grandfather had heart disease. My grandmother had colon cancer. That's not what killed her. What killed her was the blood transfusion, guys, all right? My grandmother had colon cancer, I guess back either in the late 80s or the early 90s. I can't remember. Maybe one of my sisters can remind me. I have no idea. This is probably my son, and it is. So I'm going to cut this short, and I will get back with you guys later. Alrighty, bye.